Hey guys, we're back. So we're working on this Casey Love mask, half mask actually, as you can see. It's a half mask. And I just based the mask with the light olive gold and some of the adhesive promoter. Okay, these two combined 50-50, and I added a little bit of 411 reducer, so it flows easily in the airbrush. Did a couple coats, and the surface is a little bit tacky thanks to the promoter. And the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna lighten up the skin just a little bit. And the way how I'm gonna do it is by using the Liquitex All Bone White. All right, I'm gonna put it in one of these. Yeah, you can see it from here. There you go. One of these palettes, just a little bit, as you can see right there. And I'm going to use a little bit of the 411 reducer as well. I want it very thin down, and I'm using a small sponge. This is a sea sponge. And never uses the sponge just completely dry. Wet the sponge just a little bit. Get my trusty bowl of baby Yoda's tears. Get all the excess water from the sponge and make sure this is mixed up nicely. Actually, I might need a little bit more of the reducer. Okay. Kind of hard to show. Let's try. All over the mask. Give him a little bit more of depth to the paint job by adding different layers of colors to the skin. But once all the colors go over, you'll be able to appreciate all these subtle layers on the mask. Okay, I'm gonna try it a little bit. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is prepare here some of the colors that we're gonna be using. All the colors that I have here are gonna be very translucent. So we're using 7 colors. I have a burnt trauma umber, a blue, a vile green. This is a vascular violet, yellow. This was his surgery Sienna, and a coagulated blood red. Okay. What I did is I just put a drop of each paint. Okay, and then I added water and a little bit of alcohol. Another thing you could use is the 4013 reducer. This is the 411. 4013 reducer, which is pretty much the same. Okay, just be really careful with the color blue and the sienna. Those colors tend to be very strong once you laying them on the mask. Okay, so next thing we're gonna use is a chip brush, and I have a cup of with some water here to just clean out the brush. Okay, I'm gonna start with a little bit of the blue, and I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dip your brush in here get the excess out of the brush, and just start sprinkling some of that color onto the mask. Just take your time, not to rush. Again, these are colors that you won't be able to see that clearly at this point, but once all of them are layered down, it will give a nice effect to it. As I explained before in one of my videos, look at the palm of your hand. You can see how it's not only one single color, there's different reds, the blues, the greens, and that's what you're looking for, to get that effect on your paint job. Here on the chin. You can see right here how light the color is, very translucent. Okay, now we'll clean the brush. Next color we're going to use is going to be the green. Okay, again, look how transparent that green is, or translucent. The same thing here. Don't worry about the colors mixing up. Once again, everything will give a nice, natural, and organic effect as the paint job is done. Alright, in the brush. Next color, Vascular Violet. It takes a little bit of time, but at the end, pays off. We will be going with the airbrush after we lay down all the colors. Okay, we'll have next brush. We'll go for yellow. Again, just with this color, just a little bit. I would say less than what you did for the other colors. This color really pops up very easily on the skin. So not so much. Brush, and let's go for the next color. Okay, we're gonna do the surgery Sienna. Again, just be careful with this color. It's an orangey color. Just go light on it. Don't put too much. You don't want it to look like he has a sunburn. Okay, next one, Coagulated Crimson Red. Particularly on the skin, on human skin that I could be painting, I don't use too much red. But in the case of this monster, since he has this side of the face all messed up, I want to add a little bit extra, just to give it a little bit more of that, I don't know, like an infection type of inflammation on the skin. We'll make a close-up of the mask. You guys can see the different layer of colors. Okay, we're done with that red. And finally, we're going to use our last color, which is the blonde trauma amber. It's a coffee brown color. I want to add a little bit more of the blonde trauma amber. I want a little bit darker now. Just because I want some spots to show, almost like light liver spots. Put a little bit of air on this. Okay, so here's how close out. Let's see if I can get to see the skin. You can see some of the reds right here and the blues. All the colors are very subtle. Okay, now we're going to continue with the airbrush. Okay, now we are done with that paint. We're going to seal the paint with some of the VGloss. Alright. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we are going to get rid of the front tip of the airbrush, because I want to be able to see the needle. By doing that, you're going to be able to make very small and thin fine details with your airbrush. The color I'm going to use is going to be the deep bruise purple. And you're gonna put it just straight to your airbrush. These colors are thin enough to be run through the airbrush without any problem. Okay, so what I need to do is going to be very fine lines with it, but at the same time very subtle. This is a heavy line, and as you can see right here at the bottom, very, very subtle line. The pattern is like a little bit of a noodling. Some people call them figure eights. But this is what I'm going for. Something very, very light. Okay? It's a little bit closer, and let's get started. You can go a little bit into the wrinkles, crevices, but try not to go through every single one of them, because it kind of loses the natural effect. Not every single wrinkle that you have has a purple reddish color in it. By doing this too, as you can see right there, you can see how the in this case the purple color crosses paths between the same color and gives that effect of vein to it. Don't forget under the chin as well. Gonna be airbrush with a little bit of Windex, and we're gonna go to our next color. Okay, for our next color, we're gonna be using this natural lip. These are from the Lifeline set from Team Gore. Createx as well. I'll mix up a little bit of that color. And I want to put a little bit of the surgery Sienna in it as well. Just a drop of it. And I want to add one more color. I'm going to add this fair blush. It's like a powder pink color. Okay, so I have those three colors in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of my reducer just to help them flow a little bit faster and better. It's a little bit more Sienna. Okay, so this is the color. It's almost like a coral. And we're gonna do the same that we do with the purple. Just the needle on this one, I want you to make it a little bit wider than you did with the purple. Let's hope for that color. I'm gonna go for a little bit of this cool tone. It's a blue. And we're gonna use for a little bit of the veining and coloring around the temple. Okay. Pretty much what you did with the other two colors, but this one is going to be very limited, just to this area. Okay, maybe a little bit of heat right here under the chin, sorry, under the cheekbone. And do the same on this side. In this case, since this is messed up side, you can extend it a little bit. I'm going to grab another color, another blue. We're going to go with this. Hold on, this is not the right one. No, it is. We're going to go with the Spire Blue. I'll make sure I haven't used this color in a little while. I'm going to make sure it mixes very well. Same thing, straight from the bottom. Just a couple drops of that blue. And you're gonna go over the blue that you just painted, but only in certain parts. I don't want you to do it all over the blue, just some of it. I'm gonna show you what exactly I'm doing. I'm gonna make a close-up of this. So you guys are not lost in what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm going to show you now exactly what I'm talking about. You see the colors right there? You can see the blue, the first blue that we put, and there is also darker blues. You still can see the first blue that we applied, and the darker blue on top of it. Slowly it's taking shape, and all the layering colors that we put on decided to show almost like skin, like real skin. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the shade color. This is a mix of purple, brown, red, and a little bit of blue, and I think like a drop of black. With the mix of all those colors, it will give you a very dark purple. And what I do with that is I'm going to use it to put it under the eyes and just give a little bit more of a in the corner of the eye. See it right there? Trying to do the same around the cheekbone. Try to add a little bit more color to the wrinkle. section that I'm drawing on. That is a little pattern that I'm doing. Deep sections. This color works as a shadow effect too as well. I'm using this as well to make a little bit of veining. Again, very lightly. Very lightly. Lift it up a little bit here. Darken a little bit some of these crevices with both in the face. Chin. Already started to look very gnarly. Gotta say, this is a beautiful sculpt by Casey. Everything Casey does is pretty much badass, but I really dig this mask. Definitely one of the coolest designs that he came up with. And once again, all those veinings have been done with that shadow color that I made. As I stated in one of the videos, I explained how to make it better on the human skin video that I posted. So if you guys can definitely check it out, or just send me a message, and I'll happily answer to your question. I wanted to do a little bit of a little more spraying with the two colors, these two colors, with the Sienna and with the burnt amber that we got before. So I'm going to start with the Sienna, just a little bit. Just going to add a little bit more of a color to this, just to make it blend a little bit better. Not too much with the Sienna, it's just to give a little bit more of those spots, alien spots, if you want to call them. Same thing I'm going to do with this one. At this point, I don't really have to wash the brush. The colors are going to mix up there very well on the canvas, on the mask. So we shouldn't have any issues with that. I'm doing the spray from a little bit far away, not close like I did before, just because I want them to be, I want the spots a little bit spread out around the mask. apply a little bit of air to it. At this point, I like to add a little bit of spots, moles on the skin. This is straight up from the bottle. FW. This is a red earth color, and just gonna apply just a little bit of it, a drop or two in the airbrush. And this is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one dot on it. Again, very lightly. Like another one here. Okay, you see them right now? What I'm gonna do with that color. For the next one, I'm gonna go for a blonde trauma umber. Again, just a couple drops of the color, and this is gonna go not all of it, just the big spots that I made, like this one. I'm gonna hit it right in the center. And I'm gonna build up that color. You can see right there is the dark color, the umber color, and right outside it still has a little bit of that red earth. You don't want to put too many of them. Again, you want to make it look natural. Don't overdo it. Okay, we're gonna go for a little bit of red. This is the same red that I was using before. To do a little bit of the wash, the sprinkle. So as I say before, I want to make one side of the face a little bit more inflamed. I'm gonna apply this red color right over it. I'm gonna trying to make that noodle pattern all over. Still, I'm not going to touch the chin section too much. So I'm planning on adding different colors here to that very, very light pink. I'm going to apply the red. Should be enough. The color I want to use is this golden Alizarin crimson. This is a really nice color, but it dries up very quickly inside the airbrush. So it's gonna be fun. Quick work here. Making small veins again on the skin. Concentrate this seaside. taking shape, right? Again, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make sure that all my veining on this section of the face is completely different from the other side. It's kind of like using half mutation. Early stages of mutation. Yeah. We're gonna go with the deep bruise purple again. Just a couple drops should be enough. And don't worry that it's super red right now. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. Adding a little bit of this purple over some of the red. Burnt umber. I want to make a wash with this color. Again, you can use the 413 reducer, or you can just do a little bit of water and a little bit of alcohol to reduce this color to more of a wash consistency. Push the mask too far. And I'm gonna apply the color. Just gonna give a nice blend to the whole mask. I'm gonna apply a little bit of heat. And I'm gonna seal one more time with the VGloss. I want to add a different red. This one is called Deep One by Freak Flex. A little bit of a mix of the reddish purple. And what I want to do is I want to work on the edges of the gums, the upper gums. when I started, there was not too many people teaching how to paint, and I always thought it was very amazing how some people could be so skillful at painting, and trying to figure it out how people do it is always difficult. So I just want to make things a little bit easier for whoever wants to start painting, or they want to maybe learn something new. Even if you watch the whole class and you know absolutely everything, hopefully it inspire you just a little bit to maybe start a new project. And, maybe you guys wanna let me know and share what you guys are working on. I have the Facebook page. You guys can go there and share some of the work you guys are doing, or if you want to send me a direct message if you're too shy, that's fine. I have no problem. I'll be happy to see what you guys are working on, and maybe learn something new too as well. I just did a very quick veining right under the eye. Some other small detail. We're gonna grab this blue. Again, that was one of the washes that we had before. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of the blue to it. Mix it up really well. And okay, what I want to do now is I want to hit with just a little bit of paint right there, the corner of the eye, between the eyeball and the nose. That corner, just a little bit of that. It helps with the depth of the eye. There. Okay, for my next color, I wanna use some light gray, fleshy gray for the gums. So for that, I want to use a little bit of my base color. I'm going to add a little bit of the Old Bone White. Okay, and I have a little bit of gray here. This is just a neutral gray. Again, Liquitex. And I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I just wanna know, I wanna see how is the color that I come up with. It's still too warm for my taste. I'm gonna add a little bit more gray. More. And I'm gonna add just one drop of black. See how that works. Okay, so that's gonna be my base for this color. I'm gonna add a little bit of the 4011 reducer again, so it flows much easy on the airbrush. Okay, so that is the color. You guys can see better there. I am doing again that noodling pattern movement with the airbrush. I want those fleshy colors to blend with this new color that I just made. And I do that so it doesn't end up to being just a solid color that I'm adding to it. And I'm still going to modify it and I still keep adding more to it. I don't want to lose a lot of the detail that I already added to it. Okay, so that is going to be my base for that. We need to go back to the shade color. A few drops of that. I'm going to change the paper towel. Okay. Blending all those colors now. Blending the red. Going for some of the details of the scope. The closer I get to the upper lip, I'm going to go a little darker on that area. Doing that noodling pattern that I'm suggesting to do, by doing that, you can see how the colors started to blend. It makes it look more natural. They just, having a complete separate line of gray color on one side and red on top, and then the purple in the middle. This is kind of how I blend my colors when I'm painting clouds, the inside of the mouth. As lately I've been trying to practice a lot doing that, and I think you can see the difference in my last Predator paint jobs. If you look at the inside of the mouth, there are definitely more detail than I was doing before. Again, because I'm using this technique, it's helping me blend colors so well that I think it makes it look more realistic now. to me, that's probably one of the most difficult parts to paint from a southern proud head is the inside of the mouth. The inside of the mouth, the eyes, that's what sells the character, if you believe it. Next thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit of yellow brown to it. So before we had this burnt umber color, this one right here, the FW, and I'm just gonna add a strip on that. I'm just gonna make a couple small marks on the skin. Very light spots, kind of like that. It just adds a little bit more of age to the skin. Just to blend. I'm gonna go for that wash that I made with the same color. Okay, so I started to add a little bit of veining. As you can see, this veining is a little bit heavier because I want it to look like it's over, it's on the skin. So what I did is I used a little bit of this Alizarin crimson hue, dark red, blood red, and I did the veining. This is what I did. It was using a little bit of that pattern all over it on the DC side. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use again my shade color. Just that. Okay. Alright, so here's the cool trick. Here in the veining, you can see the vein comes this way and then it connects. In that little triangle part, not triangle, that white shape vein, I'm going to use a little bit of this color. See that? Now it gives a little bit of the effect that the two veins have crossed right there, and it's just a really cool effect that you can give to the paint by adding, not everywhere though, just some of the veins that you think might look cool, that they have that white shape. Don't make too much noise now. You don't have to do it super heavy, just lightly, and still get that effect. Add a little bit more of that shade right in this corner. I want to add some more age spots on it. So I'm going to use a little bit of this transparent raw umber by Liquitex. A little bit of water. And a tiny little bit of umber. I don't want it to be too transparent. I actually want to see the color. Careful, because you don't want it to roll like a horrible splatter. You want it to look like droplets on the skin. So whatever I see that it shouldn't look good, I'm just dabbing a little bit over it. My finger, it's fine. Add a little bit of heat. I'm still not crazy happy with the colors on the chin. I think it needs a little bit of, you guessed it, veining. So in the same color that reddish blood, it's called the Alizarin crimson. maybe a tiny little bit of blue would look good too. Somewhere going around here. Can't really see it, but yeah, there's some blue in there. This is pretty much what I'm adjusting my colors and going back and forth, and little things that I can add, things that I think might look good, and some things that won't look good, but that's pretty much what I'm at right now. Okay, next thing I want to do, let's do the teeth. Okay, for the teeth, I'm going to use two of the Citadel colors. This is called the shade Seraphine Sepia. This is kind of like a tobacco color. And this right here is something I picked up from Casey Law in one of his classes. He was talking about using the technical Lamian medium. And what it does is it helps you pull down the color a little bit, so the color won't be as intense. It also gives you a little bit of a gloss when using it. So I'll show you how I'm intending to use. I'll put a little bit here, my cup, and a little bit of the medium as well. Okay. Alright, I'm going to need two brushes for this. Okay. So, we're going to paint the tooth. And then you grab the medium, you're going to pull it down. What it does, it kind of washes off a little bit of the color that you already added. So it keeps the darker color on top and it washes off the bottom without taking all the color off. Same with this one. And you can repeat the process as many times as you want if you need. And yes, I didn't repaint the teeth. I didn't added any other lighter color or anything besides the base color. I was going to make it work without having to do that, without having to add the other color. As you can see, it has a nice shade of yellow. and that's what I wanted. But there will be cases in which you may need to repaint the teeth. And the ones at the bottom, I want to make it dirtier. Like this dude needs to go to the dentist. Same thing when I do, when I make my private masks, I remake the teeth and make them out of translucent sculpting, and this is what I tint the teeth with. Same technique, exactly the same. You can keep going over and over on them if you want to add more of decay. Dry, add a little heat. One more thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit of black to the inside of the mouth. Okay, I'm gonna seal it one more time, but this time I'm gonna seal it with the VGloss. On the left side, well, it's my left. Okay. Okay, for the right side of the face, I'm going to use the Liquitex High Gloss. Trying to look for my other bowl of High Gloss. Okay, so here it is. This should actually work much better. Yep, it works. You want to add too much because it's going to start moving. And we just let it dry, and then after that we'll do the final steps. Okay, the final step for the mask is I want to make the mouth a little bit wet and wetter actually than the varnish that I just put on, and I want to make some nasty drool as well for it. So what I'm gonna do is use the 5-minute epoxy. I'm not gonna do it in this opportunity, but if your 5-minute epoxy is too thick, you want it to be a little bit thinner, just add a little bit of alcohol to it. Yeah, like 91% alcohol, and that will make it run faster. Okay, I'm gonna add the, start with the teeth, the gums. Always be very careful while adding the epoxy. You don't want to damage your paint by dragging the brush too hard. I'm going to use again the 5-minute epoxy. As you can see, the mouth is super wet now, and I'm going to add a little bit more epoxy. And I'm going to add a little bit of this burnt umber paint to it. Just a couple drops. Should make it nice and pretty. And mix it up. Add a little bit of this transparent Sienna. Let's add a couple drops to it. And I'm going to add a little bit to this crazy looking fella. I have to go back with a little bit of black again in there once it's dry. Okay, that's it. Alright guys, that is it for tonight. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some cool looking eye, and I don't know if I'm gonna add any hair to it, but as soon as this is dry, I'm gonna take a couple of pictures, and in the next day or two, I will be putting it up for sale. Okay, so well, I hope you guys like the class, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye bye. Yeah, I was kidding. Of course I want to show you. So let me see if I light can help a little bit. There you go. That's a little better. Okay. So again, you can see all the colors that we added. It took us a while to get to this stage. but as I said, it pays off at the end. Now looking at it, maybe I can add a little bit more of red, do something with those spots right there. I might go over later on. But pretty much this is what we have as a final product. I really hope this class was helpful to you guys and that you guys had a good time. I will see you this time for real on the next episode. Bye bye. Take care.